I'm gonna say goodbye to the love of my life. And man, this is the tough part of being a geologist. Okay, honey, the big Dodge is packed.
Oh.
I have to get going.
Oh no! You can't leave me!
Sorry.
No!
It's
No,
okay.
please don't leave me! Don't leave me again!
See you later, baby.
Prior to the arrival of the drill company, Mike makes the journey from Bracebridge to Kirkland Lake. He joins us now from his office on site.
Yeah, here we are in Kirkland Lake. Made the trip. We're at a rental house in Kirkland Lake. Yeah, the trip was good. Met the drillers out of the bush there on Saturday morning, and made our way across the pond. No, it was all good. We got all set up. Got the holes spotted. Time to go spot some holes. The holes were figured out on a map, but now let's go see what happens in the field with the GPS. Had to do some field adjustments in the field. Took those coordinates, sent them back to Drake. He readjusted the holes and azimuths, and went back out there. Changed the information on the pickets for the drillers. Hole one. We always like spotting hole one because
it's number one.
Number one, top priority. First load of gear showed up Monday morning. The drill came Tuesday. Came around lunch. They got that off the truck, and it was quite a long ways into the first drill site. So that drill, it's on tracks, but it moves very slowly. So it took them the rest of the afternoon to get all the gear into the first site. The water crossing went great. The drill walked across on the road just fine. It was a perfect piece of machinery for the job, getting across that water. Ended up tearing the transmission pan off my transmission on my Dodge, and the Dodge didn't make it out. Damn transmission. Other than that, then had to go to Timmins to get a rental truck. So yeah, they got underway. We got our first core this morning. We're in Temiskaming conglomerates, which was they're always cool to look at. Right beside the new shaft here at Nico Eagle, cuts right through the same type of conglomerate. So it's good to see that. Sort of knew it was there or around, but no, it was good to see. You don't see conglomerates like that in drilling very often. So yeah, everything is rocking and rolling. I'm here with Dan Sharptraney's tech and cutting with me. We have a field manager up here, Amanda LaPrairie. It's good to have her in town because of different logistics and stuff when we're not here. Drake is on his way next week. Stefan is coming up, I believe, on Saturday. Yeah, we'll do some brainstorming and videotaping when Steph gets up here, and Drake's going to be up here at the same time. The whole team assembled. No, the ALS meeting was great. Brenda Sharp's doing some great interpretation work. She's got a lot of data sets that she is comparing and overlaying and filtering and doing some other geophysical, algorithms on. some nice surprises coming out of that. So.
Stef and Drake meet up to discuss the meeting with ALS and the excitement they have for future prospects.
Drake, what did you think of that meeting?
It was a lot. It was a really good meeting, actually.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Brenda's brilliant. I think of Brenda as being the guru when it comes to the geophysics, right? And that was very evident when she was talking yesterday and going through all of the things. She's the best. She's so good.
Right.
And so being able to see that and then go, I understand why that person is required in training the data, training the algorithm to basically pull out those other things. She removed, 97% of the anomalies by leveling the data and cleaning it up and being like, well, these aren't anomalies. That's noise. That's nonsense. It's stuff we don't want in there. It's the people who are working that data that make it work. That's why you can't just use ChatGPT to be like, tell me where all the anomalies are.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It
yeah, for
takes
sure.
that expert that can
Yeah.
actually go through the data and pull it out and massage it properly. When she was talking about the leveling and like this is where it started and this is where it finished, where you can see like the anomalies a lot better. Like that was cool. These
Yeah.
guys pop out a lot more. If you remove this primary, then it flattens everything out, and showing like the process of actually doing all that stuff. I was like, this is so crazy brilliant. Like taking out this primary, and then it went from like anomalies everywhere to it's like this is just like a flat line.
It kind of just takes all the noise out of it, right? Because you could still see the
Exactly.
anomalies without it leveled, but with it leveled, it's much more obvious and easier to use, right? You know, you're not getting a false positive.
Well, this is the one that killed me. Like I was laughing so hard at this, and you can see all the little gray dots behind. Those
Yeah.
were what were identified as anomalies by the survey provider the first time around,
Yeah.
and then she's identified these ones as like those are actual anomalies and not just line data blips.
Yeah.
So it went from like 10,000 different points down to like 50 in this particular area. A couple of areas really lit up that I was excited about. Do you want to? What was your favorite one? I
So
know what your favorite one
honestly,
is.
over by West Susquehanna, there's a lot of anomalies over there that kind of stood out relative to everything else. There's that one EM anomaly from the that copper zinc showing that we have over there, and then there's also anomalies on top of the gold mineralization that we found in that area too. There's a lot of swamp there, so we can't really necessarily see all of the geology in that area, but what we can see, we know there's gold there. So the fact that that lights up is pretty exciting. So getting these into QGIS and seeing exactly what we have for coverage over top of each one of these anomalies, what we have for mapping, and then grab samples, and that'll be cool just to
Exactly.
confirm, right? Because it's kind of hard to look at a map and be like, yeah, I think we got a grab right there, but you're not quite sure sometimes.
I've seen Brenda's ternaries 100 times, and they always were confusing to me. And then finally having her explain it, where it was like the early stage is more superficial, mid stage is green, and late stage is blue. And so it's like the things that will highlight in blue are deeper as compared to the red, which are more superficial. And so that was really neat, getting an understanding of that. But it's taking multiple
100%.
surveys and multiple channels and overlaying them to really highlight, where things actually are.
And then you could see that one EM anomaly at the very bottom there, like it's massive
Yeah,
by Winnie Lake.
it's very big.
Yeah.
The EM anomalies that are zinc rich won't show up as conductive and might be missed from this type of analysis. I didn't realize that it would be that strong. And so some of the anomalies that have copper and zinc in them might not be showing up on here as well, which is something that we need to be aware of.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that the lack of conductivity of zinc would overpower the conductivity of copper so much that it kind of washes it out almost fully, which is a
Yeah.
bit of a pain.
This Mallard Lake one was super interesting because that was actually one of the areas that Martin grabbed.
Yeah.
I think that was our highest copper grab, right? Was right from there
Yeah, there's a
last
bunch of
summer.
copper grabs over there too. I was looking at the
Um,
old data.
yeah, so very interesting again that came up with some conductors. So it'll be interesting to see again, like you said, getting those into um,
QGIS.
QJS. Thank you. It'll be interesting to see what comes of it. Next steps for Brenda is that she's actually going to be ranking those targets. So looking at them and figuring out, okay, this is number one, this is number two, this is number three, and this is why.
Going into each assessment report for those showings and then picking out what the actual mineralization type is there and then classifying it. So is this a VMS target? Is this a porphyry target? Is this an orogenic gold target? And then we just have a much better understanding of the database. And then I believe Brenda is going to take that and then relate it to the actual to the EM surveys that she's been working on and then rank it from with all those layers kind of stacked together.
That's when they're starting to use that smart match. So whenever they go through the smart match, they're going to basically take the patterns and the anomalies and link them together and then go boom, set it loose using machine learning on all of the line data, and then it will spit out any of the anomalies in that area. So not necessarily even just what's on our property, but anywhere where there's that public domain will give us the option to see exactly what's happening.
So what's the timeline on getting our that final product back from ALS stuff?
So based off of our conversation, Brenda was falling just a little bit behind. She's doing incredible work and really taking her time to make sure it's done properly. So the schedule is for all of this to be wrapped up fully by early December. And so if she's, a few days behind, then let's say it's still probably going to be early December, but pushing into the mid to a little bit of later part. So
Right.
I'm expecting like 3 or 4 weeks at the absolute most until we get that. Definitely before the Christmas break.
Oh yeah. So Steph, you're heading up this weekend, Steph?
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave Saturday morning. Obviously, just got back from Europe, and now I'm balancing like kid life and everything else. And so,
Yeah.
so I'm leaving Saturday. I'll be there Saturday night. When are you heading up?
I'm coming up Monday morning, so I'll probably get out of here about 8 o'clock or so, and be a 6.5 hour drive. So I'll be there Monday late afternoon.
Love it. I can't wait to see the core. I think Mike was
I
saying
know.
they pulled out some Temiskaming conglomerate. There's some quartz carbonate veins in there. Really exciting.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited to see it.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. Oh, by the way, I'm making deluxe pizzas on Monday
Ooh.
night, so come hungry.
Okay, I will. I'll make sure I'll be there for it.
Over the weekend, Stef makes his way to KLDC. Drake won't be far behind. The whole team assembled